But it's cold this morning. Going. Get out of here. Splash of the old Paul Smith too today. If you get one of them through used at letterbox in South Yorkshire the next few days, remember to put it above mantelpiece. Keep on trucking. Put that down there. Old codgers with the dogs this morning round here. Right. Anyway. Hello all you hardcore boxing fans, how are you doing? Look at that, perfect now, isn't it? Perfect. How clear that is. But the problem is, with these windscreens, I better get up road now and it ices up. Because they do that, don't they? You know what I mean? But what can you do? So anyway, I was up late last night doing 65 replies to emails. 65. It's a lot, that, isn't it? And what I've decided I'm going to do, because people feel that they want to have a voice, boxing fans. Oh, windows are stuck. Alright mate. Just having a spot to him. People feel that they want to have like a voice. It ain't just me who's the voice, and I'm not going to say we're starting a movement or a revolution, but I feel that fans, I feel like they want to have a bit of a say in things, don't they? And that's just how I started off, basically, as a fan. And then, you know, you want to have a little look, don't you? You want to go behind the scenes and have a look. And as we know, Warren and Maloney, they didn't want to know about Porky, did they? Barry Hearn gave me some good advice, sent me a tenner. But gave me some great advice actually. And so I thought, do you know what, Bazza? I sent him a handmade Damascus hunting knife to go fishing knife. Thank you for your advice, and I've always took that on board, the advice he gave me, which was do something that you enjoy and don't have any regrets. And I think there's a lot to be said for that, isn't there? Don't always chase the money, I think he was trying to say, but then again he has, hasn't he, all his life. But if you can do something like this for note, or you could have a job, couldn't you, 400 quid a week, be unhappy. I know which I'd rather do. There's a lot to be said for being happy, isn't there? I once read an article by Paul Gascoigne where he said that he was offered 20 grand a week to go to this club, but he refused it because he was earning 12 grand a week at Rangers. I think that's good, that. Because he won everything at Rangers, didn't they, apart from European trophy. Whoa! Well, this is bad up here. It's always bad up here, Micklebury, in winter. It's like black ice everywhere, isn't there? Look at him there walking in this. Oh, this is bad days. This is bad weather. But so that's basically how I got started with boxing. I went in it just to have a little nab, just to be nosy, and you fall in love with it, don't you? It's a buzz, isn't it? Characters, there's a few people who are going to backstab you, but there's characters, isn't there? And I can see why Dennis messes about with boxing. See, characters. banter can go too far sometimes, can't it though? Especially when they're fly tipping on your car pitch and making threatening phone calls. But what can you do? That's life, isn't it? But it's a great sport, and I was speaking to NJ the other day, and she loves boxing now, loves it. It's a great sport, man. It's a sport where you can be living in a council house, right? You're living in, get in your lane. You're living in a council house one day, the next day you're ranked, say 12 in world rankings because you've had a British title win. And then lo and behold, there's volunteer fights or mandatories all fall through and a bit fall through. A couple of people are injured, a couple of people are booked up, and then you whipped in for a world title shot and you nearly pull it off. Look at Callum Johnson, his situation. British and Commonwealth champ. Better get this right because I got one wrong, did I, yesterday, about Jamie Moore didn't train. Jamie Moore trained Frampton for Warrington, lost, didn't he, not Santa Cruz. Got that wrong, but like I said, I was driving and can't remember everything. But Callum Johnson got slipped in, didn't he? I think he were at 15 or 14. And your life can change. If he'd have beat Baturbia, right, he'd have gone on to have a rematch. He'd have been getting £1 million, wouldn't he? What sort of sport can that happen to you? And this is why boxers lose all the money, because before you know where you are, you're in a situation where you've got all this money and all these new friends, and you don't hold on to your money. And this is why you need to have a good team around you. Like Clinton Woods, he had Dennis around him, didn't he? You know, Jamie McDonnell had Dennis around him, British, Commonwealth, European and world champion. 13-0 he went with Dennis. World title in a football stadium that holds 13,000 people. He didn't sell 1,000 tickets in his hometown. If that fight went the same way in Mexico, Jamie McDonnell would have never have been a full world champion, would he? He would have never got that belt. He would have never gone to Matchroom. So I think that he will always be indebted to Dennis. But like I've just said to you, boxing, it's the only sport where, well, like I said the other day, you can get your brains shook, your money took, and your name in the Undertaker's book. That's what Joe Frazier said, and it's true. Go on then. But black eyes. But as I've just said, it's a fantastic sport, and it isn't as glamorous as what people think. But anyway, getting back to the, I can smell cow poo. I can smell cow poo. Anyway, getting back to the phoning, how I'm going to work it, because I don't want to do it live, because I don't, if there's any swearing on it or anything like that, I don't want that on. I don't want any swearing on. You know, there might be an odd video, but I don't want to do it on this phoning, because there's a couple of things going on, and behind the scenes, and I want to see how this phoning thing goes first before we go to the next level. Hey, it might fall flat on my face, but 65 emails, and I replied to these people. Some of them are wanting jobs as cameramen, or some to come and work up at office. I don't know if they just take it mickey, but you don't know, do you? But the cameraman one, I'm going to speak to him today. We don't know what we're doing yet. I don't know if we're going to, how it's going to work. There's that many things going on, and there ain't enough hours in day. But getting back to the phoning, I want to do it for 2 hours. I want to do it 11 AM while 1 PM, and then I'm going to put it out at 5:30. It's going to be once a week. I'm going to have a meeting about it today, and that's what I want to do. and you can ask me anything you want. We can talk about anything as long as it involves boxing or current events. And then it might lead to 2 phone-ins where we can talk about past greats or other things like that. It's about interacting, and I don't like to interact in text messages. I don't do the YouTube thing. I don't do Twitter. Twitter, we haven't got a Twitter account. It's @corner porky. I don't do that, as you will see. You'll know if I start doing it because we're starting raging, but I've not even got password for it, so which is a bit guttering. I feel like laying rape. I kind of miss Twitter, but there's all them characters out there. I'll call them characters, I don't call them trolls now. The characters, and they love to bring me down. Oh, they love to. But so it's best if I don't go on there, because I'll end up saying what I feel. But it's going in the right direction, and there's enough people to bring up, and we could have, I don't know, a 10-minute chat. If there's a 10-minute, you're going to have a 5-minute introduction, and then you're going to have a close for 5 minutes, so that leaves 1 hour 50 minutes. That's 110 minutes. If I can get 110 minutes, right, so if I can get 10 people on talking for 10 minutes, you're going to leave a minute spare for in case it goes over. So 10 people on the phone in are going to be needed, and they'll get a slot. How I'll work it, I'll just ring them, and I've bought one of them Bluetooth things. Somebody called Sarah, is it, and Matt, who follow the channel, they emailed me and they were telling me about getting a Bluetooth. I've been and bought one of them, that's come, but I lost it, but I found it now. So I'm going to rig that up and I'll have a little practice with it. So that's good, isn't it? I'm tired this morning, and so I'm looking forward to it. It's gonna be not just me giving, go on then mate, I'm not racing in black eyes, boy racer in your O2 Golf. I would smoke you if I put it into sport, turn into Porky. I'd smoke you down here, but it's bad road this. But yeah, I'm looking forward to it because it saves me having to give my opinion. You can interact with me, because that's what it's all about, isn't it? Interacting and then putting it out there. Now there's all sorts going on, and it's good. I just wish that were a bit more better with the tech stuff and that, instead of having to put on people. But yeah, but it's early days, innit? I'm trying to build something here and I'm putting effort in, so get behind me. If you want to be critical, make sure it's constructive. If not, there's not I can do, is there, if people are that way inclined. But there's winter off them. But yeah, so that's the plan today. Round the troops up, the hardcore troops, see who's up for it, and hopefully we'll start filming tomorrow on it. People are probably going to want to do a night one though, aren't they? I mean, but like I said, if you just want to come on it day between 11 and 1 o'clock and give me 10 minutes of your time, I'm sure if you've all got jobs, you could nip out and have a break between 11 and 1 for 10 minutes. I don't think your bosses would mind. You can make it up on your dinner hours, couldn't you? It'd be alright for those people who are retired though, or who are unfortunate and haven't got a job. They're welcome on. There's no prejudice. If George Groves wants to come on as well, he can. And I don't think Eddie's going to come on. 4 hour days then. But get ice here, man. It's everywhere. Tell you what, this is the coldest day of the year. It's -5 outside. -5.1 outside it is. How cold is that? Bloody hell. It's really cold, isn't it? But it's one of them things, isn't it? See, there's no movement on the heavyweight scene. I saw Tyson getting a bit of stick yesterday. That's not good, is it? So have something to do with Gemma Collins? I don't know. As Gemma Collins fell over on that ice dancing program on ice or something. She's fell over. She always steals show, doesn't she, Gemma Collins? She always steals the show, doesn't she? If she's falling down an hole or falling on ice, there's always something, so you make fun of her or give her headlines or keeps her out there. She's a typical Essex lass, isn't she, I suppose. She's they all know what they're doing, that Towie lot, don't they? They all know how to play the game, don't they? They all go in sugar up. They've all got millions of followers on Twitter and Facebook, and they're all signed up to management deals, and it's all about getting out there, innit? It's all about getting out there. I know a photographer who used to work for Daily Mail, and he was telling me that they used to get tip-offs about what nightclubs they'd be at and stuff like that. And so when you put yourself out there, you're gonna be criticised. It's a bit like me with this, but I'm hardly in their league, am I? It's boxing's only a small thing. I couldn't do what they're doing, but I would want to fall over like that as well, flat on her face. She could have hurt herself, couldn't she? But I think Tyson's supposed to have tweeted something back to her, Annie, that wasn't very nice or something. I don't know. You don't know if anything's forged or out there nowadays, so you can't. I'm not going to say too much, but somebody sent me a screenshot of it, and it said that he'd said there was a swear word involved or something, and I don't know what to make of it all, to be honest. She's fell over on ice in a dancing programme, and that's it, but she's going to be on Piers Morgan, and she's been on Sky, and she's milking it, and her agents are blah blah, and they're now looking at doing an ad for Dime Bars, is it, or something? Is that Dime Bars? It's like an explosion, isn't it? So you can imagine what that'll be, won't you? There's a mountain, and they need to get inside mountain, so they just Gemma Collins just jumps in it and it explodes or something. I don't know. And she probably gets a couple of $100 grand for it, and she's laughing all the way to the bank, isn't she, Gemma Collins? She's playing all of you, just like Eddie Hearn's playing all of you. They're not daft, that lot. They get a taste. When people get a taste for money, people like that Essex lot, they don't let go. They don't let go. So greed, that's what it is, pure greed. Lane am I in here? This one here, isn't it? Yeah, it's pure greed, but alright. You're pipping grandma, I'm in my lane. Yeah, but let's hope that Gemma's alright. She had an ice pack on her knee, but what about the ice? Is the ice alright? Will the ring ever be the same again? I don't know. But I had a clip, and then I went on to look at some other clips about Gemma Collins. One of them, she's hello, my name's Gemma Collins and I'm always on a diet. Well, we probably know that, love, by the size of you. But like I said, manipulative, and they know exactly what they're doing, don't they, that Essex lot. Old Porky's onto him. We're not, us South Yorkshire boys, we're onto that Essex mob, aren't we? We're onto him. But when it doesn't suit them, they can throw you under a bus, can't they? Someone as O'Hara Davis stepped out of line, look what they did to him. Eh? If that were Anthony Joshua, what would have happened to him? Well, Anthony Joshua, he's the money cash cow, isn't he? When he said that tweet about Eddie Chambers, that direct message about black people are the superior race and all that stuff, and Robert Mugabe's misunderstood, you know, the guy who's ethnic cleanser and slaughters villagers. What did Matchroom do about that? They didn't act on that, did they? Well, they acted on O'Hara Davis. He wasn't even born when Hillsborough were on, so you know what I mean? Bellew screaming, and Paul Smith we get to hear things in boxing industry. Bellew and Paul Smith screaming about it. O'Hara Davis got a raw deal there. Could you imagine if Tyson Fury had said something like that? And don't forget, Tyson Fury was only 8 months old when Hillsborough happened. It's like me mentioning something about the Ibrox disaster in Scotland. Bless all them people that died. I was only a couple of months old when that happened. You know, it's if your face fits in it, I suppose. Look at this here, this is terrible. If I touch this now, it's backhand kick out. Woo! Woo! Porky on ice. Right. Cause your conversation ain't twice, makes my love stronger. You don't have to think twice. Hang on a minute, I'm in the wrong spot. Right then. Shout out to K Official, Justin at the Tea Leaf Company, Paul Gray at Castle Windows. Peace out, keep on trucking, keep supporting this great sport. And we're now going to go into the office and plot the big Porky phone in, alright, for all you hardcores, so we can interact properly and do the job properly, alright, and who knows, it might catch on, eh? What do you think? Alright, you take care. Peace out. Paul Gray, I've got that Mazda key fob thing for your Bev's relative. I've still got it here, mate. I'll come and see you this week. I know you're watching, mate. You're supporting the channel. Thank you.